Hello, I'm Michelle, and today we'll be discussing the methods that you can use to form your LLC in Illinois. Now, we're going to be covering these steps involved in starting your LLC, the forms that you're going to need, the naming requirements, and the 5 main steps you need to actually register your Illinois LLC. I'll also be explaining the importance of having a registered agent and a very important term known as piercing the corporate veil. Now, if you don't know what these terms are, you don't want to miss this video. In Illinois, the LLC startup costs are much lesser than in other prominent states. There are incentives and businesses, funding options by the government given to the businesses such as any women-owned businesses and so many more. Now, these incentives help the LLCs to cover their annual costs and other costs that are needed to run a successful business. The export business is thriving very well in Illinois due to the state's favorable rules and regulations. That is why more companies have started entering the field of exporting businesses. The state's primary export products are machinery, chemicals, and the equipment that is used in transportation and agricultural processing. You can start your Illinois LLC by 3 methods. Number 1 is that you can do it yourself, in which case you need to go and fill out the online forms, or you can send them off via mail. Number 2 is that you hire a professional service to do it for you, which is the most easy and secure method out there. Now, we recommend TailorBrands as one of the best services for this purpose. And number 3 is that you can go ahead and hire an attorney. Now, we're coming on to a very important question and a very common question. Now, what exactly is an LLC? An LLC is a hybrid business entity which combines a corporation's characteristics with a partnership or sole proprietorship. It separates your personal assets from your business assets and gives you personal asset protection. When you're starting an LLC in Illinois, you can mainly file your certificate of formation with the state and pay a filing fee of $150. Now, in this video, we'll be discussing options number 1 and number 2, but we're going to be placing emphasis on why exactly you need a professional service to do it for you. Because you have to make sure that you're doing your LLC work correctly. Because it's one of those things when you can't afford missing out any of the key information or have any form of misunderstandings. TailorBrands is a really good and competent professional service that you can get, because forming an LLC is not just filing the certificate of formation, but it's also deciding upon a name, hiring a registered agent, creating an operating agreement, and obtaining an EIN. Now, all of these can be done under one roof with TailorBrands. I'll be leaving the links in the description below so you can easily go and check them out. We're now going to discuss in detail the 5 important steps that you must cover when you're forming your LLC in Illinois, starting with step number 1, which is starting off with choosing a business name. It's simple, right? Before you name your business, you must know that the name should be easy to remember, it should be available in the state, and it should follow the LLC naming guidelines. Now, you can find the naming guidelines at startmyllc.io. The specific requirements that you need to follow when you're naming your company is number 1, that your business name should be available and no other existing business over there can share that name. Now, each business name is unique to its owner. Limited liability company or an LLC should be there as suffix in the company name. It's very important. You cannot name your business which is confusing or misleading, such as Treasury, State Department, FBI, CIA. They should not be included in the name. Terms like bank, university, attorney, doctor can be added, but you need to go through the additional requirements by the Illinois state government. If you do not wish to file your LLC right now, but you want to hold on to the name that you've decided, you can reserve your LLC name for 90 days. Now, to keep the name, you have to file the name reservation application and pay $25 to reserve your name with the Illinois Secretary of State. Make sure your registered agent is a resident of Illinois or has a physical street address. The business address is used as the LLC's principal address in Illinois. Now, most LLC formation companies also do provide a registered agent service. TailorBrands is a great LLC setup service, and even if you buy the cheapest plan, which is for around $49 a year, you also get a registered agent service and many other services at a very reasonable price. Now, a key thing to note when getting a registered agent is the importance of having one and having a legit one, because in case of any lawsuit or if you do get sued, the lawyer of the other party is going to do what is known as piercing the corporate veil. Now, most people believe that they're setting up their LLCs for tax purposes, but the real reason for setting up your LLC is to limit your liability. Basically, what an LLC does is that it creates a divide between your personal assets and your business assets. So if you're sued in your business, they can't really go after your personal assets. When you're sued, the attorney is the one suing you, is going to start looking for cracks in your LLC, and this is where they pierce the corporate veil. The first thing they will do is check whether you have an agent, whether they're legit, and have they been filing the appropriate paperwork. The third and another important step in forming an LLC is to file the certificate of formation. The Illinois Articles of Organization is a legal document needed to officially register your business with the Secretary of State. It costs $150 to file your formation certificate in Illinois. The certificate of formation includes details like the name of the LLC, registered agent's name, details of the employees, structure of the company, whether it's member managed or manager managed. Now, before you're hiring employees in Illinois, one should really know about the rules and regulations to prevent any future issues. We do suggest using TailorBrands to file the formation certificate because they provide an easy way to fill out the form without any confusion or missing out any of the steps. If you get stuck anywhere or you're confused, you can go through the live chat and they will help you out as soon as they can. The fourth step is filing the operating agreement. An operating agreement is an internal document that legally outlines the proprietorship and the operating procedures of your LLC. Now, this document is vital as it ensures that all of the business owners are on the same page regarding their voting rights, the business resolution, how they're operating, and a lot more. And this helps prevent future issues. When it comes to filing an Illinois LLC operating agreement, the state doesn't really require you to have a very comprehensive operating agreement, but it is ideal to have one that contains the details of your business entirely. It's recommended that it should be done using a professional service such as TailorBrands, since they know exactly what to do and you won't have to worry about missing out any of the details. And the agreement template is drafted for a very small fee of $29. The EIN, also known as the Employer Identification Number, is a 9-digit number given by the IRS to make it easier to identify the types of businesses for tax purposes and taxes in general. Now, the EIN is necessary for any active business or any form of business for that matter. An EIN is needed when the LLC hires employees. Now, to obtain an EIN, one has to fill up a form which can be done online or can be done via mail, and you have to just submit it to the IRS. You can also get an EIN assistant through TailorBrands who can help you out with the process. I'll be leaving the links to all of the resources in the description below. You can go there and you can check out for yourself which options fit your requirement. For now, I'm going to be showing you how to fill out the forms using TailorBrands. So this is the website for TailorBrands. And as you can see on the website, there's option to set up your LLC, and you can also design a logo, merch, and the website itself for your brand in case you need one and haven't really gotten around to getting it. I'm going to go into Form an LLC. Now choose the state that you're setting up your LLC in. Add your business name. You can check for the name availability here, which will save you a lot of time. Or alternatively, you can choose the method that I told you earlier by going to the business entity name search. Click on the type of services that you're offering. You'll have to pick which stage of your business that you're on, whether it's still in the idea stage or it has been set up and fully running. Choose what sort of income your brand will be. Choose whether your business will have a physical address to receive the documents, and also whether there'll be a dedicated person there who's going to receive these. Select the number of employees. Now you have to fill out the information for your business, like your name, phone number, email address. Now choose whether you want to opt for a registered agent or not. TailorBrand charges $199 annually for hiring a registered agent. If you don't have one, then I highly recommend that you get one through them, because the one thing you can't risk is not having a legitimate registered agent. You're going to need an EIN, like I discussed before, for tax-related purposes. If you don't have one, or you're overwhelmed by the process required to get an EIN, then just let TailorBrands do it for you. It's going to cost you $99. Pick if you want to file for compliance. It will cost you $199 when you do it through TailorBrands. Here you can choose whether you want to have your business branding done. If you already have things like logos, domain, and a website, then just move forward. Select if you want to speed up the process. You can form the operating agreement using TailorBrands if you haven't made one already, or you are unsure of how to proceed with making the agreement by yourself. See if all the information that you chose and entered is correct, and check the final billing as well. You can now proceed to pay for the service, and that's all you need to start and form your LLC. So what's next? Now that you've created your Illinois LLC, there are still a few things that you might have missed out. Now, you need a company business bank account and a business credit card. You need to file the Illinois business permits and licenses. You need to get general liability insurance and professional liability insurance, which covers your employees as well. And you need to file an Illinois annual report every single year. I do hope you enjoyed this detailed video on how to start your LLC in Illinois, and I wish you the best of luck if you're starting off your business there. Now, please continue supporting our channel by liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the little notification button. Thank you so much for watching.